Welcome to another edition of My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. And this morning, we want to talk about a troubling incident that took place um, in Trelawney, where a 4-year-old girl was killed. And what the police is saying is that they are thinking it's from a family feud between the father of the child and her uncle. And the dead child is Cleo Brown. She's 4 years old, and the father was shot and injured too. He is 49 years old. Now the police are saying that Cleo's father was awoken by sounds outside. Someone called him by his name. When he went out there, he was met by a gunman. A struggle ensued. Gunshots rang out. When gunshots subsided, Cleo was found with gunshot wounds to the abdomen, while the father had gunshot wounds to his um his his leg, based on what we're getting to understand. But how many times have we been here? And the last time we had the 10-year-old, the 6-year-old, and the grandmother from Triolites, right? Last year, 2020, a lot of children was got caught into incidents like these, incidents of violence. Now, the family situation is getting out of control. Remember Tamara Getty's situation. And there are other cases where family, even a present one, I think in St. Mary, where two brothers eventually lost their lives. The mother and the sister, or the daughter, is now in police custody. As a matter of fact, last report we got, they were charged. Now, according to the police, Dalton Brown was at home with his common law wife and his 4-year daughter Chloe, along with two other females shortly after 1, when he was alerted by an intruder. He discovered a masked gunman standing in the vicinity of his bed and bravely tried to overpower the invader. During the ensuing struggle, the gunman opened fire, hitting Brown in the leg, causing him to fall to the ground. He fired another round which struck the sleeping Cleo in her abdomen before fleeing the scene. Brown and his daughter were taken to the Mandeville Regional Hospital in the neighboring parish of Manchester, where the child was pronounced dead and Brown was admitted in serious but stable condition. And I'm reading this from the Gleaner, and it says when they visited Freeman's Hall yesterday, scores of residents in the community, which is 3 miles out from Albertown, had gathered at the scene of the crime to offer words of comfort to Cleo's grieving mother, who was too distraught to speak. Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, the commander for Trelawney Division, told us that investigators are suggesting that the shooting might have been sparked by a family dispute. Now, the two brothers reportedly had an altercation at a birthday celebration on Sunday. Now, I'll let you listen a voice recording taken from Nationwide Radio, where the superintendent is speaking about the incident. However, My Opinion TV is giving you my take on this entire situation. How many times have we seen persons being killed because of conflict? There is no, it seems as if Jamaica is not a place where persons seek ways of resolving conflict otherwise from violence. Once you and someone have a disagreement or some form of conflict, the best way to solve it is to take the life of the person. And what is so sad about this? Kids are being caught in the midst of all of this. Now, clearly, this man might have went there to execute Cleo's father, but in the end, Cleo is the one who suffered. Cleo is the one now gone. The father is in hospital in serious condition, right? But this, what could have happened so badly that two brothers could not have resolved their differences peacefully without lives being lost? The Tamara Getty situation is fresh in our minds, and the other incident that took place in St. Mary is also fresh in our minds. Jamaica, we need a fresh start. We need to understand that no two persons will think the same way, operate the same way, but there's ways of resolving a difference without going the route of violence. Violence is not the answer, and at the end of the day, as family, you would have expect family to resolve their differences quicker than two strangers. However, these days, families are torn apart, and the way to solve the problem, it seems as if violence is the only answer. But at the end of the day, we ask God to shine His light down on this mother who has lost her child. The father, can you imagine, he stood up, he fight as a brave father would do. At the end, as a father's role is to protect, right? And he gallantly fought with the intruder to save his life and his family life. But in the end, I mean, how distraught he is this morning, lying down to know that even though he put up a gallant fight, he's lost his 4-year-old daughter. But it is what it is. Jamaica, definitely not a real place. We ain't looking out for the kids no more. I don't know what else to do, but the reality of the situation is we can never give up hope, and we have to keep looking out for the kids. And whoever have any form of information, just pass it on to the police. But based on what we're hearing, is that the police have the shooter and the brother in police custody. But I have a video, a voice note rather, of the police explaining the situation.
Preliminary information is that sometime yesterday there was a small gathering, what seems to have been a birthday party, during which an altercation between him and his brother. We understand that the brother would have made certain threatening uh, words and left, and we at this time theorized that this morning's incident uh, could be linked to what had happened earlier the day before. Sometime around 1 a.m. this morning, the victim and his daughter, well, they were home when he was called out, and we understand that there was a struggle and gunshots were heard. His 4 years old daughter was shot to the abdomen, and the father was shot to the leg. The daughter died at the hospital, and the father has been hospitalized in a stable condition. We, however, were given information about who the possible shooter could have been. And what I can say at this time that we have both the brother and the possible shooter in custody. So far, no, the mother wasn't injured. We currently have on the location someone from our chaplaincy unit and our community safety and security branch, offering as much support as we can. I myself, along with other senior officers, are on way to the location to ensure that we can speak to the family and keep the general community calm. I understand that, of course, a child having been shot and killed, you cannot imagine how the community might want to react to something like this. So we are trying our best to be there for the community and to ensure that we get to the bottom of what really happened.
The other breaking news we're getting is that 19 guns were found at a port in Montego Bay Wharf last night. 6 high-powered guns were among those seized. 470 rounds of ammunition was also confiscated by the police at the Wharf. The seizure took place during a 4-hour long operation. Now, this detectives from the police criminal investigation investigating the situation. It's not clear whether anyone has been taken in custody with a connection for the gun fine. But even yesterday, the police disclosed that the first week and a half of 2021, they have seized 20 illegal firearms. The major gun fine last night means that the first 11 days of the new year, the police have seized 39 illegal guns. A statement from the JCF has confirmed the seizure of 19 illegal guns in St. James. The JCF says a multi agency probe is underway to find the people responsible for the shipment. Now, for me, we have been down this road in so many occasions where we have heard major gun fine. We haven't really learned about the mastermind behind these. Who is behind shipping these guns? Clearly, it can't be just regular, ordinary people. Some persons of high caliber have been the force behind these illegal guns coming into the island. We continue to find guns and ammunition at the wharves, whether it's in Kingston or Montego Bay, but we are yet to hold on to someone who is prominent, who is behind these things. And the reality of the situation is, at the end of the day, it's just a small man who will be caught in the midst of this. Where are these guns coming from? Who are these guns going to? And when the police need to set up a sting operation where the person comes and collect these guns and you trail them to wherever they are going with these weapons, because these weapons were not brought here to serve the security forces. These guns were sent here to protect turf and for all illegal activities. No wonder why the crime rate in Jamaica continues to soar. We have to find a way to eliminate these perpetrators who's shipping these guns to Jamaica for these poor ghetto youths to turn the guns on their one another. And this is why the police force and the government have to put measures in place so that these shipment will no longer be a thing that these men use to carry out their criminal activities all across the island. Now, apart from this gun fine, there've also been the drugs for gun trade, where these so-called fishermen keep going out to sea and coming back with weapons. We have to do a better job of protecting our borders, because these things is coming in the country, and based on what we're hearing on the street, it's like everybody have access to illegal weapon. If you don't have it, you know somebody who can get it, and all these things. And we have even seen instances where persons have been killed like that. Even as I mentioned earlier in a video, Tamara Getty situation. The sister links somebody, and that person links somebody to carry out the act. But, we hope the Jamaica Constabulary Force will track this down and put systems in place and see which country these guns were shipped from, and try to see if we can find some way of tracking the person who prepared and sent the shipment to Jamaica. But 39 illegal guns off the street for this year, at least any seizure of any firearm is good for me, and any seizure of ammunition is also good, because one ammunition can take a life. So if they seize 50, at least theoretically 50 lives have been saved. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Until next time, take care of the children. Look out for the children. Make sure the children is happy. And then look out for a family member. Look out for a neighbor and keep it locked on My Opinion TV.